I genuinely think that there's a gap opening up in the console market, and I think it's Xbox's first chance in a long time that it could one-up PlayStation. This opportunity for Xbox is all about ownership of digital games as well as physical media. Ever since PlayStation's announcement that they were going to be stopping physical games starting in 2028, the fans have not been happy. Below every one of PlayStation's social media posts, people are still commenting about it. PlayStation, I think, hoped that it would be a quick announcement that was quickly brushed under the carpet. I think they possibly thought that the news of the Xbox layoffs potentially could cover it up, but that hasn't happened. PlayStation fans are still not happy. They're talking about doing a blackout where they don't go on PlayStation in protest of this, which is happening in the next few weeks. I can't think of a time where PlayStation fans have been as unhappy as this, possibly since like the PS3 reveal, where it was announced that it was going to be like $100 more than the Xbox 360. A few days ago, the Xbox online servers also went down, I think for as long as 20 hours. And despite some of the games being single player, they still weren't playable during this time. So it's been the early access period for Halo Campaign Evolved, and people who wanted to play that entirely single-player game, there's no online version of that at all, there's no multiplayer. People couldn't play that because the servers were down, even though they owned the game. As well as this, the third thing is that PlayStation deleted some users' films that they'd bought a few weeks ago as well. Things that people thought they bought digitally and thought that that meant they owned it, PlayStation randomly pulled it. So they now no longer have those films, even though they paid money for it, and technically they owned it. All of these things combined, I think, have formed this gap in the market for people that want ownership of digital games, firstly, but also want the choice of being able to get physical media as well. Digital ownership and physical media has become a huge talking point over the last few weeks, and I don't think PlayStation thought that that was going to be the case, but it is. And I think that opens up for Xbox to come in and try and really take advantage of that, and I'm hoping that they do. When I was thinking about this whole situation, I thought it's almost like you're in a boss battle, and PlayStation have swung, Xbox have dodged it, and now they can go in for a parry. And this is what I think Xbox could do. They need to commit to physical media for the foreseeable future. This includes next gen. So they need to somehow announce that the Helix is going to have a disk drive. But even beyond that, they are committing to still doing physical media right through to the next generation. I think they need to commit to this long term. This can't be something that they say and then in a year's time they back down from it. It has to be something that they stick to. So they have to guarantee this. It has to be an irreversible statement. The second thing is they do still need to cater for people like me who do prefer to buy digitally. I mean, if you might have seen the video that I did the other week where I talked about the PlayStation announcement didn't affect me that much because I buy most games digitally. My PS5 Pro is a digital one, so I can't buy discs for it. But they need to cater for people that like buying digitally, like me. So games that you buy when they're single player, they shouldn't need an internet connection. It shouldn't have been the case that Halo Campaign Evolved wasn't playable when the Xbox Online servers were down. We need a guarantee that if we're buying games digitally, we own them, I think, just as much as we would own them if we bought them physically. And finally, this is a bit more tongue-in-cheek more than anything, but I think that Xbox should recreate the famous video from E3 2013 where Sony mocked Xbox for not being able to share games. This would be a really, really tongue-in-cheek way of announcing some of these policies. I'm imagining like Asher Sharma with Matt Booty or something like that, and they recreate that video word for word. This is how you share games on Xbox or Xbox Helix, whatever. This would basically reignite the console war. I'm thinking we've had the console war 1 that ended a few years ago. Phil Spencer sort of surrendered that. But this is console war 2. This would be a clear signal to Sony that Xbox are not playing around. This whole situation is PlayStation's first slip up in a long time. You know, PlayStation have been doing so much better than Xbox, and there's very few opportunities where PlayStation slip up and Xbox could take advantage of it, but I think this is one of them. And I seriously think that behind the scenes, Asha Sharma and her team should be looking at this as an opportunity to really come out and notice that there is a gap here. People are not happy with the way that things are, and I've seen polls online saying that you know, would you get a PS6 now that you know there's going to be no disc drive, there's going to be no physical discs? And there are fans of PlayStation, long-time fans of PlayStation, who are openly saying that they probably won't get a PS6 or this is my last PlayStation. And I think that kind of sentiment shouldn't be ignored by Xbox. That is a massive opportunity for them to take advantage of. And, you know, like the whole thing is to do with how are Xbox gonna start competing. People have their digital libraries on PlayStation already. I think that's valid. I totally get that argument, but I think that this can't be ignored. You know, I had a digital library on Xbox. Xbox was my main console, my main ecosystem for a long time. And then towards the end of last year, when I just felt that Xbox was just making bad decision after bad decision after bad decision, I already had a PS5, and I just thought, you know what? Future games that I buy, I'm just going to buy them on PlayStation. I don't trust the Xbox ecosystem. So I'm a great example of that. I had a massive digital library on Xbox, and ever since probably the middle to late of last year, every game that I've bought digitally has been on PlayStation. So I am the perfect example. It's just that it would be flipped around the other way of people who'd been on PlayStation. They've lost a lot of good faith. If they lose enough good faith from fans, I do think if pushed and if the grass is greener on the other side, if it looks greener on the other side, I do genuinely think that people would move. I mean, I think it's a massive opportunity. I don't know whether or not they will. They might be keeping it in their back pocket until the Helix announcement. I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to share my opinion on that. If you did enjoy this video, then please do give it a thumbs up. I would genuinely appreciate that. Also, you can subscribe as well. I make videos about my opinions on the games industry, anything that I'd like to share or discuss. If you're interested in seeing more of that, please subscribe as well. And in the meantime, I will see you in the next video. So thanks for watching.